Well, missed the excitement yesterday. Pigs arrived without me even knowing it. They're a lot younger than I usually have gotten before, and a lot more than I usually have, but they seem to be settled in quite well, and they have a heat lamp there, giving a little extra warmth since they're quite young. It's quite chilly in the barn still, but they seem to be as happy as pigs can be. They haven't really been touching the pellets. I don't think they're used to those, but making some mash there and dumping in some compost. And they've been ripping right through that and making a mess, but they've been eating. So, post in the way. That's 15 hogs to raise up this year, hopefully. They seem to settle in. Not too eventful. They were small enough. They were easy to unload, I guess. I was surprised I didn't even hear the unloading when I was in the house just 100 meters away. Didn't hear the truck pull in. Didn't hear the guys unloading them. So I guess there was no real excitement. Fanciest chitin pig pen I've ever had, with nice board walls. Door there is just temporarily closed off until they're ready to go outside. Ripped out the old walls here, and they're framed up now. Just two sides where there's not much, just some chipboard. But that'll do for now. They're not big enough to be a problem. Guess this weekend the plans are to get down and cut some more logs to finish building up the walls. They don't seem to be concerned when their neighbor runs over them to get out of bed. You guys didn't want to rip into the new fresh bales of straw. Well, not new, but fresh bales have been in storage for years. And they just scraped up a lot of floor remains from mixed of saw and straw and hay. So they cleaned that up and threw it in there. So the pigs have been having fun rooting through that, searching for seeds and whatever else they can find in it. I have one here, and let's see if I can change angle to get a shot of him. The one over there with the spot on its back seems to like swimming. It keeps running right through the water trough all the time and jumping out and shaking. Can't make him do it on command, but maybe I'll get a video of him trying to swim at some point. Not hot enough. They shouldn't want to be wallowing in it right now, but whatever. They're pigs. They can figure things out for themselves. They seem to like that bit of food, and the other stuff, I guess that'll be another few weeks before they want to move on to that, unless they discover it and decide it's good and dry. We got grocery store that's sending us all the spoiled fruits and vegetables, so that'll supplement feed a lot for them. Walk right through your food bin. Some old corn chowder that I'd had in the fridge that I wanted to get rid of. It was so old I couldn't even remember when I made it, so that was time to go. A bunch of rice from the last time we'd ordered Chinese. That they seem to have already destroyed. And some other vegetable scraps and whatnot that I collected yesterday. Hadn't been keeping anything on reserve for them because I didn't actually know they were coming in yet. I'd had 14 on order, and then I heard Friday night that one of my guys had found a batch for about half the price I'd normally pay. And he was willing to do the drive to get them. So, Saturday morning, went to feed mill where I had my order, canceled it, and picked up bags of feed. Get along well with the guys there, they don't care. They still had another week before they were going to get an actual delivery date, and so they didn't know what prices were or sizes yet, or when. So, we wanted to get started earlier this year, and get these things raised up. Camera, focus. We got the pigs in already. A couple of guys wanted a few extra this year. Should have a couple to try to sell when they get to market weight. And the other batch are all trying to sleep. One's climbing over the whole pile. Pigs will do whatever they do, so let them grow up a little more, and then kids can get in there playing with them and get them tamed down. Now to get my ID number and get a tattoo hammer, because that's more pigs than I want to tag on Butcher Day, unless we end up butchering them here. Got a bunch of hunters here that don't seem to mind doing that work, so if they want to do it, we can do it here, or we send it to the abattoir and have it done professionally, whatever. Not really interested in doing that work myself. I don't really like the mess it makes and what I have to clean up after, but we'll work it out. I guess one of them, if we do it here, he'll want to save the blood anyway, so he thinks he can just use a garbage bag to catch all the internals. Not have too much of a mess to clean up. That's several months away before we have to worry about that, and get these as fast as we can. Feed them all the scraps we can. I got plenty of corn that they can chew away at once they get more interested in the hard feed. Grain elevator gets dumped out every once in a while. Just hogging out the bottom fills a couple 5-gallon pails with stuff that ends up being scraps. So they can eat that and turn it into meat. That's pigs for you. Good batch of them.